All right, so hi. This is different. I don't normally do vlogs ever. It's just not something I do. But I want to do something. I want to do a vlog this year, at least the end of the year, kind of, because there's been some things on my mind, and some people have asked me some questions. Oh, by the way, my name's Adam. If you're chances are, if you're watching this video, you already follow my channel and you probably know, but for those who don't, my name's Adam. I'm an author, animator, voice actor at times. I do a web series, Shattered Heaven. That's basically what this channel is. But, being a content creator, there are things that people ask me every now and then, and I've noticed as I start to put out more content and some people start to know who I am, some people have approached me asking me things like, "Why do you still write? What keeps you writing?" And some people have come to me with stories and about their depression and like things and reasons why they wrote and other uncomfortable things. So I kind of want to do a vlog discussing depression and being creative, because 90% of the time that stuff goes hand in hand. A lot of the creators or follow or even idolize, they're human, and a lot of them fight depression. They don't show it because you don't get to see it, and I love how there's reflection in my glasses. Yeah, that's never gonna go away. So I thought, seriously though, I thought that discussing depression and being a creator and how I deal with it personally, I thought it would just be a good discussion, a good topic. So, it's 31st, it's New Year's Eve. So while this is also for anyone who is suffering from depression and thinks that it wants to be creative and trying to do something, this is kind of for them as well, but it's also for me to just kind of discuss some things and get it off and, put it aside and all that stuff. So, I've suffered from depression. I've fought depression, for years, for the better part of 10 years. Well, 10 years ago, a friend, that we were kind of close, and then went to college and came back, and it was very different when she came back, and she got really depressed and didn't really reach out to anyone, and working with her, and a lot of us tried to find out what was wrong, and I kind of took it upon myself to try and talk with her more and try and figure out what's going on and try and see why this person that I thought was really cool, we kind of got to, and was a friend, was suddenly different and, doing things and crying out for help, but no one really answered, and I tried to answer and she didn't want help, and I just kind of brushed it aside and I didn't really do much about it. And I remember I wanted to really approach her after work to discuss something and just to try again, to try and talk and reach out, and she left early and I missed that chance, and I was like, all right, I'll just talk tomorrow or whatnot. And tomorrow came, and that morning I got the call that she had taken her own life, and that was my first real instance with suicide. I couldn't handle it because I felt like it was my fault. I felt like I didn't do enough to prevent that from happening, and that began to weigh on me a lot. I took it really hard, and I became very reclusive. I started cursing out at anyone I can think of, and I tried to blame everyone I can think of, and because it just made no sense, and it was tough. And before that, I had started writing Shattered Heaven. It was fun. It was completely about a story I had written, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Let's do something. Let's make this thing and write. And I was very big into writing, and I wanted to get published by a certain time. And when this happened, that project took on a different role, and it became my escape while I dealt with regret and blaming myself and not feeling comfortable with who I was or the people I was around. And it became my outlet. I had suicidal tendencies plenty of times. I felt like I didn't fit in. I felt like I wasn't accepted. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like no one would want to be with me or anything because I was kind of broken and all that stuff. So all I had was writing and creating this world. And it kept me sane. Like, when I was very suicidal, plenty of times I contemplated it, but the reason I wouldn't was because I had goals, I had things I wanted to do, and I was like, I need to finish this story. The story's got to be done before I can do anything, and I can't quit life before that's done, and that's what kept me going. And for like 10 years, though, I drank alcohol often. I was never belligerent, but I found solace in that, and I don't recommend that. Being creative is a much better place to get that out. But for like 10 years, just dealing with that, and this project becoming my obsession in my life, and it's like I didn't even try and interact with a lot of other people, because it's like, this is what I wanted to do, and this was my main thing, and this was keeping me sane, because the real world scared the crap out of me. Like, I would go out there and I would try and interact with people, and I was a social person. I was able to hide like how I felt and whatnot for the most part, but writing is what kept me going, and taking all the things I was dealing with and putting it into writing form and relate to it. And I know it sounds weird because Shadow Heaven's a mecha thing, and it's like, okay, I can't really relate to piloting a giant robot or whatnot, but still, it was taking the characters and putting them through drama and whatnot. And certain things that I was feeling, I kind of transformed it into something else. And that was fantastic therapy for me. When I decided to turn it into an animation, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't go to school for animation. I have a bachelor's degree in English literature. It's not really about... I'm teaching myself how to animate, and I'm learning, and I have fantastic friends who are so much better than I am that show me things and correct me. Like, hey, try this. This'll work better. Do that. Trust me. But what I'm trying to say is, your creators and the people that you look up to, everyone goes through this. It's nothing abnormal. It's kind of the norm, really, to be honest. Most content creators, artists, actors, whatever, deal with insecurities and depressions. It's just, they hide it very, very well. And I know sometimes you can like see a person, especially on social media, whereas on social media people paint this perfect picture of themselves, and you can look at them like, wow, that person's amazing. They don't deal with any of these things I deal with, and you take it for granted. Like, I've had people talk to me about being suicidal, and like, oh, well, I'm doing this project. Like, oh, I'm doing this project, and no one's paying attention to it. No one likes it, and I want attention, and I want to be famous, and all this stuff, and I'm depressed, and I'm suicidal because I don't think there's anything to live for. And there is, and it does get better, and I'm not saying that from that cliche standpoint of like, I'm just going to tell you it gets better, and it's kind of bullshit. People who don't go through depression, it's easy to just say things like, oh, it'll get better, don't worry, as you get older it'll get better. It's a struggle. It really is a struggle. But the point of that struggle, and the thing that I've come to, the answer I've come to is, if you survive the struggle with depression, if you survive, however you do it, if it's creative, if it's like the support system of friends you have and whatnot, family, however you get through it, the meaning of that journey is you could take that experience and you can save someone else's life. You can help someone else that's going through it and express how you got through it, and you can relate to them, and they can understand you, and they can know that you're not just filling them with bullshit. Like, hey, that person, wow, they know exactly what I feel. A lot of times people will tell people who are depressed, oh, just get over it. Oh, it's not a big deal. It's a thing. And just stop thinking that way. You got to think positive. Things are going to be great. But they don't tell you how. They just tell you to drop it. And some people just don't understand depression, that it makes no sense. Like, you can wake up in the morning and be like, I don't want to do anything. I feel like absolute shit. No one cares about me. What I do doesn't matter to people. And I don't want to talk to my friends because they don't want to talk to me because I don't want to bring them down. It's like this, you're drowning. It just surrounds you completely. And no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, you just can't get out of it. And a lot of creators that you might idolize or look up to go through that. They do. It's just, think about it. These people create their own world that they're passionate about, that they're comfortable in. Most of the times because they're not comfortable in the world around them. So they make this place that they can escape to. I know that's what I did. But there are dangers to that too. Like, don't make something. Don't try and be a creator for the sake of being famous, because if that's what you're doing, you're going to get really bad results. Like, you can try, but people don't like it. You're going to take it really personally. And it's going to hurt your ego. And especially, and this is what I did, and I do not recommend this. The problem with Shattered Heaven, it started out as a passion. It turned into something to keep me sane. Like, I dealt with a lot of friends who died and passed away, and it was just a lot of shit. And I wanted to give up on life plenty of times. And I got to pits and despairs and whatnot. But it's like, I wanted to get done. I wanted to get certain things accomplished, and that's what kept me going. Because I'm stubborn. That, and I had friends around, which were nice, but a lot of times they don't understand completely what you're going through. They can't. Not all of them can. You have to find people that are kind of like-minded, that are also creative in that environment, and they're going to understand you, and they're most likely going to treat you with respect. The problem with Shattered Heaven was it turned into my crutch, and it was very personal to me. It saved my life, more or less, by working on it. So when I released it, and if I didn't see people liking it, or they commented, or trolls, or whatnot, I took it personally, because this is me. It's who I am. It's what I have. It's like part of my soul. So when people didn't like it, it felt like an affront to me, like I wasn't good enough, like what I do wasn't good enough, I'm not good at it, it's a waste of time, I should just be done. That's not healthy, and you need to try and get past that. Like, don't ever create something and make it your crutch and make it define you. Like, this year has been amazing for me, and this is going to go back to the it gets better part. It does. Like, I struggled through 10 years of depression and multiple times of wanting to just end my life because I didn't feel like I fit in or whatnot. And friends were around, but it was just the goals and just struggling. Like, I want to see it done. I want to get to the end. I want to get my, at least, things done. So if I do end my life, I can have a legacy at least, instead of, oh, this guy just like took his own life and that was it. It's like, at least I can have things done and I'll be great and awesome or whatnot regardless. So for 10 years I was depressed up till this year. And this year, like last year was kind of like the one of the lowest. It was getting better, but it wasn't great. So this year I met a lot of new people, a lot more like-minded people. I started getting into a better group of friends. They related. They liked me. God no, I don't know why. It was crazy. But we got along, and we wanted to do things. And they treated me with respect, and they gave me some support. And things started to open up for me. It's like once I started being around the right people and the right positive environment, where they wouldn't mock or question my depression or why I felt the way that I felt. They were supportive. It's like one thing after another. It's like once I started trying to look differently, and I saw one positive thing, and oh, that's a light that's opening, and then one thing led to another. And I'm ending this year, and I'm like in a better place. Like, I see a lot more support. Things are taking off. It does get better. I can't tell you when it'll get better. Every person's journey is different. It took me 10 years. You know, depression will still be around, but it won't be as bad as it was. It could take someone a year, a few months. You never know. If you give up, you will never know how close you are to finding success. There are people out there that will like you for who you are, that will support you all the way. I can't bring my friends back. I miss the hell out of them. And there are times where I feel alone, and where I feel like what I'm doing doesn't matter, or it's really not that good, or it's not as great as it should be, or how do I rank in comparison to my friends who are so much more successful than I am? You know, those things cross my mind. It's going to happen. But 10 years, and things fell into place, and they're getting better. So if you're fighting depression, and if you're creative, try doing something for you. Don't do it for anyone else. Do it for you. If you enjoy it, that's all that matters. If you put your passion in something because it's fun for you, people will come. the right people will come. Like, I've lost some friends, and it sucks. And I wonder what I did wrong, but at the end of the day, it's because they're not the right people to go on the journey that I want to take. And they'll be replaced by the ones that are. So if you're suffering from depression or questioning your worth or whatnot, find help. Listen to hotlines or whatnot. Find things you enjoy or you're passionate about and focus on that. Like, I can only tell you what worked for me and what made me happy, and I can just, the whole point of this was just to discuss that. Yeah, a lot of creators deal with depression. It's just a fact. They deal with it. And even though things might not seem great now or at this moment in time, stick it out. Because you will find what you're supposed to do. You will find a place, you will find the people that are supposed to be around and that will help you. It could be right around the corner, and if you give up now, you'll never have gotten that chance to impact someone else's life. Think about the good that you can do if you survive the struggle with depression when you get to the end of that journey. How many people you can help and do for them what no one might have been able to do for you. That's what kept me going as well. To be able to the ability to take my experiences and turn it into a positive thing. It's a journey. I can help people. I can relate to people. I like to help people. I want to support people. Yeah, it's like 17 minutes. I didn't want this to be stupid long. I can talk forever about this topic. Like, I don't know if vlogs are going to become a thing, because I'm not really the type of person where I can come up with ideas. Like, if anyone enjoys, I don't know if this is good. I don't even know if this message does anything or for anyone or helps anyone, or it's just me rambling. I don't know. But you're not alone. The people you idolize are human. They have flaws. Don't treat them as gods with no emotions, or they're just as human as you are, and most likely suffering the same sort of depressions and insecurities that you are, that you've been dealing with. Don't take these people for granted. They're trying to make themselves happy. They're trying to do something. And if you try and expect more from them than they're humanly able to give, think about how that would make you feel. And how that will put you down. I tend to be open to anyone who needs help as much as I can. I can't respond to everyone, but I try. If people enjoy what I do, then that's great. But I'm at a point where I'm doing it for me now, because it's something I like doing, and it's a story that I wrote that I enjoy, and I want to see it visual. And I am blessed to work with the people that want to work with me, my friends who support me, and it's great. And if I gave up during the course of my depression, I never would have found this bliss, if you would say it, whatever you want to call it. I am so damn happy that I stuck through everything, every question, every doubt, every suicidal thought, whatever you want to call it. It was worth it. And those 10 years sucked. They were horrible. But it was worth it to be where I'm at now. And I can smile better. I can enjoy what I do more. And I can make it better. And I look back at those 10 years, and those are things I can turn into stories and take themes and put them into what I write, and maybe try and reach some people that someone can relate to and read a story like, hey, that's kind of an emotion that I felt, that I dealt with, and maybe that'll help them get through something. I don't know. I would love that to happen. So yeah, creators deal with depression. It sucks. But they stick it out. They create because they're depressed. They create because it's fun. There's a variety of reasons why they create, but a lot of them create because it's a way to deal with their depression and their insecurities. So my advice to anyone who who's come to me and asking why I write, why I do the things why I do the things that I do. Now I can answer better and be like, it's because I enjoy it, and that's it. I enjoy it. It's fun for me. It makes me happy. It's helped me get through depression. It's helped me through struggles. And that's the best answer I can give. I don't care about internet fame. I don't care. I really don't. Like, it's awesome, I guess. But it's scary looking at the way that people treat these people. Like, I have a lot of friends who are very well known on the internet. I'm not going to name names or anything, but, like, I see what they go through. I see how their fans treat them. It's insane. Like, there are the fans that respect them, but then there's the people who just demand more from them. They're like, oh, well, you need to take this cause that I'm, like, trying to lead, and you need to do it. You need to share it. And if you don't share it, you're a bad person because you don't give a shit, and you're bad, and all this. It's like, are you serious? You don't know what these people go through. You don't know what they're thinking, and it's scary to see the influence that being internet famous, like, puts on them. Like, holy shit. They're people. Let them live. They have a life. They're not like they don't owe you anything. But they do it because they love it, and because they love to share things with the people that care. They love their fans, but don't take advantage of it. It's insane. They're just as fragile as you guys. They are. But on a positive note, fight through it. Seek professional help. You never know when things are going to turn around, and don't rob yourself. And don't rob this world of what you can do, because you could inspire someone else. You could save someone else's life with your experiences. Don't rob the world of that. Everyone's got something to offer. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of what people tell you not to do or anything. Just, I'm rambling. I'm just like, as you see, I don't do vlogs much. I kind of tend to ramble. It's like I kind of suck at it, but whatever. Seek help is the best thing I can suggest. Know that you're not alone. We've all dealt with it. Be creative for you. If you have a story, do it. Write it. If you want to learn how to animate but you think you can't, do it anyway. I can't animate either. I suck. But it's like, you have to start. You have to throw paint at the wall and see what sticks, see what works, what doesn't work, and get yourself involved in a positive network of people. And don't force your way in it either. It's like, don't look at an idol that you have on the internet and be like, hey, I want to be in your network. Let me be friends. Can we be friends? Oh, but why aren't you talking to me? Why aren't you talking to me? That's so messed up. Oh, they hate me. They're human. They're insecure too. They might deal with a bad fan, and fans can get very entitled, and they can become scary and mentally draining. So a lot of times these internet creators don't respond that much to fans because they don't know if you're going to be a sane person or you're going to, like, attach yourself to them. So it's mainly about them protecting themselves, because they need to be mentally healthy in order to keep providing stuff for you guys to enjoy. So find people in your area, join forums online, go to conventions, but be respectful. Don't be douches. You know, meet people. I know everyone's socially awkward at points, but just introduce yourself. Talk about what you like. You know, I'm not going to go into that crap. It's not worth it. The point is, you're not alone. We all deal with depression. The year's ending. 2015 is a blank slate to start over. Every day is a new chance to do something different. So I needed to discuss this, get this out of my system, because I have ended a point in my life that was nothing but depression, plagued with suicidal thoughts and doubt and all that stuff. And it's over. I might deal with depression here and there. Of course, it's not going to really ever go away. But the main thing that was holding me back, the guilt, the regret, it's gone this year. The friends that I've made, I love them all because they've done so much for me. And I am so damn thankful that I stuck it out to get here. So, 25 minutes, holy shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's insane. So I hope everyone has a happy and safe new year. And like, follow, and subscribe. No, I'm joking. If you like what I do, you'll subscribe. It's whatever. If you follow Shattered Heaven, if it's something you enjoy, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support that I have. And for the people commenting and saying, "Oh, this needs more exposure," it means a lot to me that you think that. And just having one fan or one person that enjoys what I do is enough for me, and it's fantastic. And it's not something I'll ever take for granted. So, with that said, thanks for listening. If you stuck around for the full 25 minutes, this is kind of insane. I know. I'm sorry about that. And if anything that I said in this rambling session like made sense or helped you feel like you're not alone, then awesome. If not, I'm sorry. I'm new with this vlogging thing. I kind of suck at it too. So, well, with that, like I said, have a happy holiday and see you in 2015.